Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today I'm going to bring you up to date on what all of the major cruise lines are requiring as a result of their opting in to the CDC's new cruise ship program, and then I've got lots of other updates, and we are going to talk about how to decide what time to book dinner reservations for when you're on a cruise. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members, and also welcome to all of you who are new. If there is anyone here who hasn't subscribed yet, we would love it if you would consider subscribing to our channel. We would love to have you in our Let's Go family, and I think you will also find it very beneficial as well. We share pretty much everything to do with cruising and keep you up to date with what all the requirements are and just everything to do with it. So thank you very much. First of all, I want to let you know that all of the major cruise lines, as we have talked about in the United States, have opted into the CDC's new cruise ship program. We have been waiting for more and more updates, and the most comprehensive update on a website to the opting into the CDC program has been on Carnival's website. And I previously shared with you, but I want to remind you that starting March 1st, masking is going to be optional. They say that it is recommended, but it's optional, except in certain events and venues. And then also they have the change that if you are vaccinated and have received the booster that you're eligible for, you can do your pre-cruise test within 3 days of embarkation. If you are vaccinated, you can do your test but have not gotten a booster that you're eligible for. You can do your pre-cruise test within 2 days. And then anyone who is not vaccinated needs to do a PCR test within 3 days of embarkation, and you're going to also have to be tested again at the port. So that is the basic thing with Carnival. With Royal Caribbean, they had originally said February 28th was the day they were going to start sailing and have masking just be recommended but not required. But yesterday afternoon, they made an update to that. They now say that starting February 25th, they will be having their sailings departing will not require a mask. They will still recommend it. The other guidelines that Royal Caribbean put out yesterday, it says we will continue to require guests 12 years of age and older to be fully vaccinated in order to sail. If eligible, they still recommend that you get a booster if you can. For ages 2 to 11, vaccines are not required, but we do recommend vaccination for children 5 to 11 years since they are now eligible. Unvaccinated children between the ages of 2 and 11 must bring a negative PCR test with them on the day of boarding. And it didn't say how many days, but I would guess that it's within a 3-day window. I surely wouldn't go out of 3 days if you're getting that. And then guests who are under the age 2 years or younger don't have to have a test, and they don't need to wear a mask. And then finally, it says that all kids are required to wear face masks as they participate in the Adventure Ocean Youth activities. And then Royal Caribbean did say that they expect to give more guidance on all of these within the next few days. And so today is February 22nd. And the 25th is just a few days away. And so I'm still waiting for updates from the other cruise lines. Princess is still the same, and Holland America is actually the same. They both say that starting on March 1st is when they will start doing those cruises with masks only recommended but not required, except in certain venues or events. And so we are still waiting on more updates from them. I expect them any day. Like I said, today's the 22nd, and right before I did this video, I went and checked. I even waited a little bit longer in case they decided to put out any updates, but still there are not any new updates. So we will just wait. The other major cruise line, Norwegian, they have not made any big announcements since they opted into the CDC's cruise ship program. Well, since the 18th, they announced clear when the CDC said that they would have another program. Norwegian said, well, we are going to opt in. So the basic thing with Norwegian is they are not requiring masks. They do still recommend them, and they do want all of their passengers to be vaccinated. So we're going to be watching for more updates on anything else they have to share as well. So I hope that gives you a really good picture of where we stand. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. The next thing that I wanted to let you know, last night at our live, I have 2 things to share with you from that. If you missed it, you can go back and watch it, and it will show every time we get done. It takes a little bit of time for YouTube to process it so that all the chats will show up. But they're up now. So if you want to watch that, you can, and you can see what everybody was talking about as well as what we were talking about. 2 things. First of all, one of our Let's Go family members had asked if the Alaska Cruise Companion book that is published by Princess is recommended, and we love that book. We highly recommend that. The only places that I know to get it right now are on like eBay or Amazon or like thrift books, just used book places. But we highly recommend that. A lot of the used ones were published in 2012. Ours was published in 2016. And so I ordered one that was published in 2012, and I'm going to compare it to mine just to see if there are any big differences, and I'll let you know. But along with that, one of our Let's Go family members also recommended a book, and she recommended a book called Tip of the Iceberg. So as soon as we got off our live, I looked it up, and it looks like an excellent book, and so I ordered it. And the reason that I'm telling you about it today is because when I ordered it last night on Amazon, it was $8.99, and it is usually, I want to say $13.99 or $14.99 right in there. And so if you want one, you should just go right on. I'll link it below so that you can find it really quick. But that would, it sounds like a really great book to read. The guy that did it has also written one about his experience at Machu Picchu, and so I am really excited to read it. I ordered both books, but I wanted to tell you about it. And also Kim, who is our Let's Go family member, she mentioned that there is a product called Wash Easy. I'll try to find it and link it below for you as well. It's just Wash and then Easy E. And what it is, it's like a dryer sheet size thing that has your laundry detergent, your fabric softener, and static control in it. And she just recommends taking them on the cruise because then they're ready to throw in with your load of laundry, and it has everything in one. I thought that sounded pretty slick. So I just wanted to let you know about those. The next thing I want to tell you about is Pat, our Let's Go family member. She is on the Emerald Princess, and she was so kind to yesterday send an update. She said that they are having a wonderful cruise. Now they are on the one that's going from Los Angeles back around. And so I love that she said that the Pacific side of Central America is stunningly beautiful. She said that the port of Huatulco, Huatulco, Mexico, was actually a really big surprise because of how beautiful it was. And so I just wanted to let you know that. And she said that they are having the best cruise. Everything is going smoothly. It's just fantastic. So I wanted to let you know that things are going really well there. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you about now is like what Gordon and I kind of think of when we decide what time we are going to eat dinner. And as you know, in your Medallion Class app, if it's working, you can book some dinner reservations when you're at home, and you can also do it when you're on the ship. On the ship, you can do it on your phone, you can do it on your stateroom TV, or one of the big portals that Princess has. And so, first of all, there's a few things that really kind of flesh out in your mind when you decide what time you're going to book dinner. And I would say you need to consider what you want out of the port that you're visiting, and whether or not you want to do the sail away. And then you also need to kind of think of what your goals are for the evening, and are there shows that you want to hit, and be sure not to miss so that you've eaten by the time you're going to go. All of these kind of things are really important. And so first of all, when we book specialty dining, we usually book it either on a sea day or on a day that the port, we leave the port much earlier in the day. For example, on our last cruise, we went to the Crown Grill on the evening that we had been in Nassau, Bahamas. And I think that we sailed away around 1 or 1:30 is what I want to say. And so we had a lovely afternoon, and then we still had plenty of time to just take our time getting ready and then go have a special dinner together. I always think that the specialty dining is a lot more like a fancy date night, or at least a nice date night, than going to the main dining room. The main dining room is really, really nice. I don't think the buffet is like a date night. I think it's like eating dinner. But anyway, so we just always like to do it so that we don't feel rushed. Like, I don't want to be getting back from a port at 6 o'clock and I'm supposed to be sitting down in the specialty dining at 6:30. That just isn't how I do things, but it might be how you do things, and that is perfectly fine. So that is why it's really important to kind of think about how you want to manage things. The other thing that we always think about with the main dining room, and this would apply to specialty dining as well, you can book specialty dining later. I should add that. Like, you can have dinner at 8:30 if you want. And so I always look at where we're going to be and what time the sail away is, even if we are not doing a sail away for YouTube, so that y'all can see. Gordon and I just love sail away. We just love everything about it. We love to be on our balcony and see just everything as we sail away. And I always take into consideration where we are sailing away from. Some places you sail away and you've got the water and the scenery there that you're leaving, but then pretty soon you're in open water and you can enjoy the sunset if it's that time of day, or just enjoy the scenery for a bit and then you're more or less done. In some places you sail away and you have got like a really long sailing out of fjords, or just like when you sail away from Mykonos, even if it's getting dark, I really enjoy that because you not only see Mykonos, but you pass a couple of other islands. There's always some fun ferries to see, like they're bringing passengers, and like I would never leave that sail away early. And the same for Santorini. Like, a lot of places there is so much to see. So really think about that and don't miss something. I really love to cruise for the onboard experience, but where I go is really big to me too, and I don't want to miss any of it. So kind of think of that. The other really important thing is, like, you don't want to miss the shows that you want to miss in the evening. And usually the production shows will either start, usually there's 2 every evening in the Princess Theater, and they usually start at 7 or 7:30 and at 9 or 9:30. And so just kind of keep that in mind. At the Crooners, usually the person who is the lead, I don't want to say act, but the lead singer or entertainer there usually starts about 9. And then there's lots of other options. There'll always be other little programs and other places on the ship and other venues. And so just kind of really look at the schedule of events so that you don't miss something that you really want to see. And keep in mind that you can always move your dinner reservation. You can set up everything before you leave home if you want to, or when you first get on board, but you can always change it last minute if you want to. And you can make all the changes either on your phone or on your stateroom TV or on those portals as well. And so just keep in mind that that is flexible, and do your best to schedule it if you would like, but keep in mind that you can always change things a little bit if you want. And keep in mind the buffet or the International Cafe if you just want a really light dinner at the International Cafe. But the buffet, I know it's not as fancy of an eating experience as going to the main dining room or specialty dining, but it's really nice sometimes when you just need a little bit of dinner. But there's so much that you want to see and so much that you want to do. You can just go in and get something that you like and eat it and be on your way. You don't have to wait for people to wait on you, and the whole process that it is in the main dining room. And some evenings that I just think that is best for us. And so I just wanted to let you know about this. I would love it if in the comments you would all kind of share with us how you decide what time you're going to book your dinner for. I think it will help lots of us consider a few more things and do a good job of trying to set up our dinner reservations. So if you have got any questions about that, just let me know. And the last thing that I wanted to add is last night in my live, I let you know like the specials that are going on in cruising right now, and for some of the resorts, it is really remarkable some of the deals that are out there right now. And so if you have any questions, you can just send me an email. I'll put my email below. You can email me at a.larson, Larson, @dreamvacations.com, or at our letsgotraveltips.com at gmail.com. And if you just even want to be on a mailing list to receive the advertisements that go out, you can just email me and say, hey, just put me on your list, the mailing list, and I can do that so that you'll get them, because sometimes I am finding a lot of things that I want to do, and Gordon and I are trying to look at our schedule for some things that I didn't even know existed, and some places to visit and some ways to get there that who knew. And so I just wanted to talk about that. I want to talk about Travel That Way a little bit more, because I know that we all love to cruise, but there are ways to travel that include cruises to like just faraway destinations that are just spectacular. And truthfully, some of them don't cost as much as I thought. Some of them I thought would just be the very, very, very high end, and a lot of them are not. And so I just wanted to put that out if anyone is interested. If not, that's okay too. We're really happy to have you in our Let's Go family. So if you appreciate these videos and updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.